Okay, guys,
Hey.
welcome.
Give everyone a chance to be here.
All right, everybody. Hopefully, everybody's there. Welcome back to another edition of Real House Just Live on Thursday night at 7:45. All right, tonight we're going to talk about the Kingfish tournament that's coming up this weekend, and I also want to tell you a little bit about our last weekend's trip. Oops.
Yeah.
Okay, so last weekend we go out. Kind of a crazy day. Bait was easy. One
Easiest
cast,
I've
one
seen it.
cast, and we probably had
Long
what
time.
400 or 500. I mean, it took two of us to lift the bait in there. We got out. We didn't throw any back. We got there and we chummed what 2-3 dozen at a time. And we were out there with Team Buck Rogers and several of his boats and a couple other boats. They were tearing them up. We were getting what, none there for a while.
I know, you were seeing everyone else catch
Everybody's
fish,
like,
and I
have a
was
fish
like,
bent. And I was like, man, what's wrong with our bait? You know, I was checking it to see maybe, I don't know if they had COVID or something. I don't know. But it was kind of crazy. Kind of crazy. But anyhow, so, and then when we did catch it or get a strike, we'd like lose them.
I felt like we lost 5,
I
10.
think maybe we, out of the first probably 10 bite or 10 strikes, we had what, one fish that we put in
Yeah.
the boat. And finally I think, what in the world is wrong? I said, we got to change the venue. So we move about a mile away. As soon as we get there, boom, I think we had a double header or something there.
Yeah.
They were biting pretty good. And then after that, we still lost a lot of fish.
But didn't the shark get the first one in that new area?
It did. Shark got the first one. And then the downrigger, we were having some problem with it. It kept popping the line. And I don't know if I got a bad spot on the release clip, but like what, 4 or 5, I said, don't put another line on that reel. I was so aggravated with it.
Yeah.
And then we had the dog gaff, which I beat the dog doo-doo out of one of the kingfish trying to gaff him. Finally, yes, Kayla, I was about ready to throw the gaff away. I was like, what in the world? I could pull that thing in my hand and it wouldn't even hurt the tip of my finger.
Well, I was filming and, you got a little upset with it and you like turned towards me and I'm like, the camera's probably shaking and.
Exactly. So anyhow, we caught, I think we had our limit of kingfish. We had, Spanish mackerel. Didn't we have something else? Shark or something? I don't remember. But anyhow, we did good. And so we tried our 4-pound test line. We set it up. First two we broke pretty quick.
Yeah.
And then the last one, we had it on for what? The fish wore out, but it was like straight down, and we were trying to get it up just enough to get the gaff in it, and we ended up breaking the line. So that 4-pound test is going. We're going to get one on it yet. We just gotta keep trying on it. But bait, like I said, was easy Saturday. This past week, it's been hit and miss. I think today nobody found any bait north or south from the Georgia border all the way down, I think, to about south of St. Augustine. So it was kind of crazy.
Romeo's tuning in from Tampa.
Okay, Romeo, glad to have you back here, buddy.
And let's see. Key West Fishing's also tuned in, and Brian Allen.
Sweet, Key West. And Brian, glad to have you back.
From the Real Hazardous Gardening account, someone saying, hey, from North Carolina.
Oh, sweet. Hopefully you like the thing. You should see.
That's Jeremy.
Oh.
The Real Hazardous Gardening.
And by the way, Jeremy's not with us tonight because a lot of people said, well, it must be nice to be able to fish all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that is not his job. I mean, his actual work-paying job is...
He had a full-time job.
Yeah, he had a full-time job.
This.
So he's out of town on business, but coming back, and then we're headed down to Alabama tomorrow. And hopefully get some red snappers, kingfish, whatever will bite. But so you guys are getting ready to go. I talked to a couple of people and they were wanting to know kind of some of the rigs we use when we're on the beach. One of the things we like to do is I like to pull a bait in the wash, and that's about 10 or 15 feet behind the motor, right square in the middle. And we catch a lot of fish inshore on it. And then this past, I always carry me cigar minnows. The time before last, we tore them up. This time we didn't get a strike on cigar minnows, so you just don't never know what's going to be biting. But if you're looking for bait, they got some cigar minnows off a couple of the local wrecks, and I heard that they were getting some greenies off the jetties, North jetties. And I don't know if you ever use greenies, man. The things are nice baits, so real lively and real hardy baits.
Mm-hmm. Romeo was saying there's no fishing in the Gulf because of the storm. Or if he had.
Was it Dolphin Island?
Yeah.
Over there by Mobile. bay, and we're just curious if anybody's out there.
Well, the picture we got a few days ago, I guess when that storm was going through, it looked really rough.
Oh yeah, it was pretty shocking. So, but it's supposed to be nice. I looked at the weather forecast. A little breezy Saturday, and then Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday supposed to be good. Or Sunday, Monday, which is hopefully
Yeah.
snapper fish all 3 days and see what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
But
Let's see. Brian Allen says you gotta love how the Gulf Coast has 45 days of snapper season and we get 4.
wish we need to write a congressman or something. This is ridiculous. The South Atlantic Marine Fisheries Commission is idiots. We've been out there diving. We've been out there fishing. There's more red snapper, and I've been red snapper fishing since I was a long time ago. Anyhow, and there's a ton of red snapper out there, more than I've ever seen. And yet they give us what, 3 days this time? And the brain scientists figured that they would put one on the kingfish tournament day like they did last time. Not that we didn't have enough boats at the ramp already, you know.
Brian says he knew that would fire you up.
Oh man, yeah, don't get me
Always,
started on
him
that.
and Jeremy.
Oh, but I cannot stand that. And like I said, the South Atlantic Marine Fishery people have no clue. I don't even know who they are. Probably Russian people or something. I don't know.
Anyways,
Yeah.
Wayne's tuning in from Ponce Inlet.
All right, Wayne, have you been fishing? Because I was wondering if there's any bait or kingfish down there.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the guys, I think that's our southern boundary for this tournament
Mm-hmm.
to run. It's a 3-mile tournament inshore, so just about anybody can do it. I mean, there's going to be kingfish up and down there. If you can't get any bait, I'm telling you, if you go get whiting, when you're out there trolling, whatever you got to troll with, have your sabiki rig. When you mark bait on your recorder,
Mm-hmm.
throw that sabiki rig up, see if you can jiggy up some stuff.
Yeah, that's what Brian was asking. Are you using sabikis for the greenies or can you?
Yeah, sabiki for the greenies. The good thing about greenies, unlike cigar minnows when you're offshore, we're trying to jig them up. Off the jetties, though, usually you don't have any problem with it. A bluefish might cut one or something every once in a while, but then when you get them in there and like I said, they're real hardy, you get you about 2 dozen of them and you're good for the whole tournament day.
Jose was saying that they're a dolphin.
Golf
Like,
at Ponce?
no,
Oh.
Jose.
Okay. You're down in the Keys. Jose's
Down.
Keys. Yeah. So they're still catching good dolphin? We're looking forward to going down and catching a few of those ourselves.
Sean was wanting to know if you were gonna do the old school kingfish tournament.
Well, were we in town?
As in this like tomorrow?
No, I think you're talking about the Greater Jacksonville Kingfish Tournament, maybe. We're going to look at that and see.
Which is a 3-mile one? What's that called? Beach. 3 mile.
Beach Tournament.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a new tournament. I think there's like 550 boats in it, which blasts this Kingfish Tournament boat.
We have our fact checker over there. Who's gonna...
Yeah. So we got somebody that's doing all our stuff over there.
Either way, this weekend.
Analysts.
If it's this weekend, then no, because we'll be in the Gulf.
Right.
Fishing
Yeah, we'll be
snapper.
in Alabama.
Then the
hopefully
next
catching
weekend.
snapper. But when you go out there and when you're along the beach, some of the things to look for is a clean water. If you see good, clear, like green, clean water, that's a big thing. All the rain we've been having, the inlets are usually pretty nasty. All that water flooding out of it, it'll be almost a coffee colored. So I try to, I'll go like in between St. Augustine and Jacksonville, maybe up on Red Tops and even a little bit farther south, or you can go south to St. Augustine too. Pretty good little boat ride. Have to have a lot of gas.
Jeremy said no, we'll be out of town this weekend, so it must be
It is this weekend.
the one that's this weekend. No, that's
Right.
what it's called.
Right. So bait. They tell me that ribbon fish are hard to find, but you can use if you get you bluefish. Bluefish is a really good bait. Whiting. You get out there and jig up, a few whiting, or use shrimp. Get right there on the breakers and catch some of them. Kingfish are going to eat what they can get, but generally,
How far were we out this past weekend? How
we
many
were,
miles?
yeah, we were about 10 miles out where, around at PMPG, and there's been some good fishing out there, but this tournament they can't go that far
That's what I
out.
was trying to figure out how far.
But we did come in the southeast hole, had one knockdown. It was kind of late when we came out, I think about one.
Mm-hmm.
I always like to fish the southeast hole early in the morning if I'm going to fish it. Seemed like we do better there. But so we had one knockdown. I think that was a shark. No, I don't believe that was a kingfish.
Mm-hmm.
But
There were a lot that were like skying and a ton of like porpoise dolphin where we were.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, and I talked to Chris with Hopper Soup, charter captain, and he said that he got some cigar minnows offshore, got a few kingfish up north of Mayport, so offshore though a little bit, not in the 3 mile zone.
Have you ever fished behind a commercial boat for wahoo?
Behind a commercial boat? No, I have not. Wahoo, the way we fish with that high speed, you have to stay pretty good a ways away from everybody. Not everybody follows that rule because we had one cut off the last time we were out there. But no, usually we actually like to stay away from all the other boats. We'll have all our little bait numbers and we'll hit them and kind of work our way out to the ledge if we have to. Sometimes we never make it to the ledge. You get into the fish, maybe around Elton or something, and do pretty good. With no bait being found, like I said, it would be tough. I would look to jig some stuff up in the river. Sometimes you can catch the mullet. I've never done real good on mullet. Catch a lot of bonita on mullet, but not a lot of kingfish. If I was going to go in the river, I'd try to maybe jig me up either some big croakers or yellowmouth trout or something like that and take them out there. I bet a yellowmouth would be good live. We used to use them as a chum, saddle chum line and put that trout on. But I don't see hardly anybody doing much chumming anymore these days. Most everybody's slow trolling. But so we'll go do that. Make sure your live well is clicking. We have 2 live well bait pumps in our boat, and then if one goes down, I have the same type pump on each one, so I can actually take that pump and move it over to if that pump goes, or the motor goes, I can just move the other motor over to the pump. And you do the same thing if you don't have 2 pickups. Just have your 2 rigged up, and all you have to do is just switch them over. Make sure you got keep that bait alive. We put plexiglass on ours because I can tell you there's been several times that the pump went out and I didn't know it, or I forgot to turn it on, or who knows what. I pop open the thing in there, freeze dried.
Yeah. Well, I'll check. Oh, need water.
Yeah.
Need water.
Yeah. So it gets crazy that way. But so I don't remember what the weather forecast was. I looked. I don't think it was too bad. I want to say it was southeast. Maybe Saturday, but not real bad. Maybe 10 knots, 10, 15 knots. So the fish might be a little bumpy going if you're running south.
Spinning Valley has joined the.
That's it. Spinning Valley, you still got to come out there on the boat, man. We really want to get you out there and let you show us how to catch a fish. And I want to go on your boat too. I tried to tell Jeremy to go on that last time we talked about it, but he wanted to do a show from our boat. But we definitely want to get out there and try that and see how that boat rides. I heard it's a pretty smooth ride boat.
What kind of boat?
It's a tunnel hull or what do you call it?
Cat boat?
Cat boat, kind of cat style boat, I believe is what you got in its Spinning Valley. But it should be a good rider. I think you told me the thing rides really nice. But
what about the boat trip coming in this time on our boat? We were coming back inshore.
Which one?
Me and you were at the front.
When I was eating chicken?
No.
Oh.
After you reached.
Outruns us, and so me and Kayla's up in the bow on the beanbag, and he decides to kick it in, and man, we start hitting waves, and I start bouncing. I'm like real high bouncing, flipping
You were
around.
like coming up this much. I mean, I was too, but I was just trying to hold on to the rail. You weren't.
And you can't scream because you're bouncing so bad you can't hardly get
I
anything.
know. I was laughing and almost crying. I couldn't even scream, like tell them to stop or wave my arm.
Yeah, and then they videotaped me eating chicken. When we like to get chicken wings and eat them out there, and apparently they thought that was funny.
It's on Instagram.
But anyhow.
He has a 31 Twin V.
31 Twin V. Yeah, and I think you had twin 250s on that thing? I believe is what you told me, or 200s. I was just curious as to what kind of speed you get out of that when you go out. Let's see what else. When you're out there trolling, we like to use double trebles sometimes, or we'll use a J hook in the front and a treble in the back. Depending on the size of our bait, we may run a double treble hook if we're using some real big baits. Slow troll them in there. I like to run 2 on the downriggers. Mine, I like 30, 35 on the deep, 15 to 20 on the shallow, 1 in the flat line, and then 2 out.
Okay, Romeo, you're saying that you're holding this down while Jeremy's out of town?
Yeah. he let me do it when he's not here. But he's much better at this. Captain Jeremy, he is the man. I'm just saying.
I mean, it's better him to do it than me.
Well, you know, like they say in Rocky, he's a good fisherman, but I fish good. Isn't that the way it goes?
Probably not.
Yeah, I don't know, but anyhow, yeah, we differ a lot in styles. Jeremy's more innovative, trying different things.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a little bit more old school. You know,
You know it works.
yeah, I mean, stuff that I've used for years, and yeah, I've used single strand wire. I have a 6 pogey rig from one end of that thing to the other, and believe it or not, you do get good strikes on it. I usually run that on the downrigger, and like I said, you don't lose many of them when they hit that. Bad thing is you get a shark on there, man, it takes forever. You have to cut the rig and all this hook out that shark before you return them. But anyhow, so we got that. We're looking forward to our red snapper fishing in Alabama. We'll have some video on that. And we've got a video coming out tomorrow, and that is which one? Mahi?
Yeah, y'all did get got some mahi and then all the beeliners.
Right, beeliners. I think we had that big old amberjack high speed, which was kind of weird. And you can always tell. You can tell when you got a wahoo, but when the way he hit it, he pulled and let go, and he come back and he hit it and pulled, and just the way he was pulling, I was like, I didn't know wahoo, and it turned out to be a big old amberjack.
Let's see, Ocean Deep Fishing is tuned in.
Glad to have you out here, Ocean Deep. Ocean Deep, where you out of?
And then Romeo was saying, who's the better fisherman?
Well, it depends on who you ask and what you're fishing for. Now, high speed wahoo fishing, no doubt, Jeremy. I mean, he's got his technique down, and it worked. I was hesitant about it. I like, the old school 8, 9 miles an hour with me. And the good thing about high speed, usually you only get wahoo. Occasionally you get mahi, occasionally a kingfish, but you don't get amberjacks, you don't get barracudas high speed. So that's the good thing about it. Inshore fishing, I think I got them. I've been doing it so long. I know the little tricks and how to feel the fish and how to work the baits and all. But definitely on wahoo. King fishing, we kind of both go back and forth. He likes his style. I think we were getting aggravated at each other Saturday, weren't we? I was like, Jeremy and I getting a bait. Well, they're here, and they were, but we weren't catching them. So I'm like, let's change up, and we changed up, and we did change up and went and caught some fish.
I still don't understand what we were doing wrong, but like every other boat around us was catching something.
Yeah, Eddie from the turtle, same depth, and he's catching fish, and we're almost really following where he's going, and we're still not catching fish.
Even Team Buck Rogers, both of his boats.
They were all catching them up. Yeah, and it's like that with other people too. Several years back, we were in the Southeast Oval, and it's just me and Jeremy fishing on the 4th of July. And we got to a school of big kings, 30 to 40s. And we were just non-stop slaying, me and him on the boat. And we were catch and release. And there were several boats around us, and they're finally like, man, do y'all ever stop catching them? It was just one of those days when it just happened to go our way. There's been a lot of days when it didn't go our way though. But anyhow. But so if you get out there, be careful. Storms pop up. I think they're calling for storms Saturday afternoon. And they'll tend to get a little earlier, but they seem to think they'll stay inshore about 95 and then into the west. So hopefully you guys will be all right. But it should be fun out there. Catch a lot of fish. Take some pictures. Send us some pictures. We're gonna try to get a board where we start posting it or something.
We're just reposting it to Instagram and Facebook.
Right. Like show us your fish, and because some of them we don't catch them that way. At least we have something to show, But anyhow, everybody else is good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, because it's kind of a short day and Jeremy's not there.
Jeremy's not here.
What do you say?
Behind the stage crew, what was that?
There was one you wanted to address on your notes that asked a question.
Oh yeah, that's what I was saying about doing the prop wash, the baits. Have your live well set up. I don't know if you're a live bait fisherman. We take that J hook. I'll hook them in the nose when I pull them. We pull them probably about 1.5 miles. I try not to go any faster than that. It seems to drown the baits. If you got blue runners, you can go quicker than that. Blue fish will drown them pretty quick. Of course, hopefully the fish will bite and you don't have to wait that long to get a bite. If we're pulling dead cigars, I like to get the ones that I got in the crop, and then on the outside, just pull just enough that they're pulling across the top. And they may dip down and swing a little bit and come back up, and that seems to attract the fish a little bit too.
Okay, will we ever do a live on location like Willard's or Palms?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, we talked to both at Willard's, Jimmy Willard, and we're going to try to set some up. Probably going to do those on a Tuesday. That's the better time for him on the restaurants. And I think
Palms was Monday or
Monday.
Did we pick a day?
No, but I think Monday, Tuesday was better for him too.
It's gonna be soon.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that. Mark Hardesty, fantastic fisherman, very knowledgeable on the big stuff like the wahoo and the tuna, big yellowfins and stuff like that. And he's got the boat for it.
We'll probably do some lives like as we're fishing too. Just
Right. Yeah.
whenever we have signal.
Right now, down in the Keys, we did the live one coming in
Yeah.
with Jeremy, and we had signal. So it depends on where we get signal at. The redfish tournament, I think we've done some live shots from that.
Yeah.
And so we'll do those as the flounder come in. Hopefully get some of those. That's one of my favorite fish to catch right there. September, October, when they start leaving the river, is a good time. So
Okay. One more. Do you ever use artificial for kingfish?
we do. We use the Rebels, and there's another one that Jeremy likes. You can use drone spoons. A lot of times we'll put a weight on it and pull it back on about an 80 or 100 pound test mono with that drone spoon, and you get a lot of. Or if you got a wire line, put that drone back there. Same thing with a wire line and a weight, and then a long mono leader, and keep it in there. But they work good, and especially when you ain't got no bait, you try anything, they're right. And so another thing too is bring valley, and they trail those ballyhoos. So nothing else, have you some of those, and you know they pull pretty good when you're trolling them too. And then the chum fishing, get some of those shrimp boats will still sell you chum. Basically, what they want you to do is throw the like a chum bag or something with a float on it up there with some money in it. If you don't have any money in it, don't expect no chum to come back. Probably not your chum back either. And then they'll fill it up with their bycatch and throw it out there. And what we would do is we'd take hypodermic needles, inject them, and float them and get that chum line going. Then you'll see them fish come in hitting along that chum, and then just hope that your bait's one of the ones that they hit. And usually I'll save the trout or stuff like that for the chum line.
Okay, everyone is out of ribbon fish, even all the way out in the orange part.
Oh yeah, I know, and that's crazy. We actually went out off the pier and caught them about now through July with a little what's the name? Greg, little Greg.
Okay.
Yeah, little Greg. He went out there and they caught some off the pier, but they catch a lot of them that go down to around these big boats, the tour boats. What is it? We go on
What?
the boats where we go out and everybody has fun on
Oh.
cruise line, down the cruise line, but because they haven't been going out, because I think those ribbon fish feed on whatever comes out of that boat, and nobody's been going, so that's probably why there ain't many ribbon fish around.
Are we going to try to get any yellowfin this weekend?
Yellowfin, I was talking that I don't think we'll go that far out. This is our first time being out of Alabama, so we're going to be playing it by ear. I think we're going to be around some of the oil rigs, so in that case maybe we might end up snagging one, but it'll be interesting to see. We are planning a trip out of Louisiana, out of Louisiana, and that's when they say they catch the big ones. So go out there and try to catch one of those 150 or 200 pound ahi, whatever, bloodlines, ahi tunas.
What? Yeah.
Yeah, so we're going to try that. But anybody else have anything?
No.
All right, well, we appreciate you tuning in. Jeremy will be back next Thursday, I'm pretty sure. We should all be back. Hopefully we'll have some good stuff out of Alabama to show you. You guys let us know how you did in the Kingfish tournament, and we will see you on the next trip. Thank you for tuning in.
And look out for the video tomorrow at 11 a.m.
11 a.m. Mahi, big for me and snapper. We had a good day on some big snappers. We got some fish cam video too, right?
Yeah, there's something there.
Yes, fish cam's always pretty neat. And we had that when we were trolling with the Kings. Was it last week or week before last?
Last week.
And we never realized, there again they would follow the bait, and after a while they'd go leave it. They didn't like it.
Mhm.
And I don't know, maybe the fish cam might have spooked them or anything.
The go fish cam.
Yeah, the go fish. We put it in line with our baits, so that's pretty neat. But anyhow, thanks for watching. Tune in next week. Like, subscribe, share with your friends, and we will see you on the next Real Hazardous.